And so this segment, for those who are first-time viewers of the show in general, this is kind of just a small podcast segment where we just shoot the shit.
Chat.
Chit-chat. So I was thinking for stuff that I was kicking around for today. Also, this is on one, right? Yeah. For stuff I was kicking around. So the Game Boy just turned 30. This week in Japan, and like 2 days ago in America, or yesterday or something crazy.
I didn't know that. This is news to me.
Yeah, so it just turned 30, and I figured we might just talk about it because it's a great console.
It's a lot to talk about.
Yeah. I was So what was the first Game Boy you ever owned?
The Game Boy Color, like a purple one.
I was saying micro because just
like the purple one that's like small. It's not like the big, like the original one. That's only gray. It was like the purple one.
The see-through purple.
No, just like it's like a hard
straight
purple shell.
Okay, because I had the see-through purple Game Boy Color. That was the first one I had. I still have it.
Yeah, I still have mine. I remember my neighbor had the like turquoise one.
Ooh, yeah.
Turquoise one was cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And then I remember I got it when I was really young, so that was also my introduction to Super Mario Brothers, because I had Super Mario Bros. Deluxe.
Me too. Yeah, I feel like everyone had that game.
And nice. That was good. So that was kind of a weird game.
It was cool though. Like,
yeah, like I haven't played it in years, but looking back on it, wasn't there a mode where you could like where you could find a Yoshi, like they showed a Yoshi egg in a level, and you had to go find it.
Yeah, and there's like secret coins.
Are there?
I think.
Like, are they?
Maybe I'm thinking of the Yoshi eggs, but like, there's just like weird game modes where you can do extra stuff.
You could be right. I just haven't played it in so long.
And there's like a level select screen. Where there's like,
that's what I remember.
I remember when I went and played the original Mario. I'm like, where's the level select?
Yeah.
How do I do this?
Where are the Yoshi eggs? And
yeah, exactly.
That's so weird to think about though, because Yoshi wasn't even a reality at that point.
That just destroys Mario lore. Turns it on its head.
That's what Airspace Live's all about. It's destroying an entire canon. Is cannons plural? Yeah.
Yeah, cannons all.
Can I?
Each one is destroyed, turned on its head.
Yeah. I think, and I realized recently that not a lot of people, when they talk about the original Game Boy, talk about Pokemon, because I don't like. If you think about it, the original Game Boy came out in 1902. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 1992. I think. Yeah, 91 or 92 or something.
I think
it might have even been 90.
I don't know.
So one of those three. I'm pretty
sure. Alive.
It's one of those. Yeah. I can't say I remember. And Pokemon didn't come out in America until 98, right?
I thought it was 96.
That was Japan, I think.
Oh. Sheesh. I was just going to say that, and like it lasted so long. Like, what, Game Boy came out, you just said like early 90s?
Yeah.
I didn't get one probably until I was like, at least 4 or 5.
Yeah, I want to say I got one in like 2000.
It's like 10 years after it came out. People are still buying them.
Yeah, but that was such a weird... I think development for Pokemon started in like 92 or 93.
Mm-hmm.
And it took so long that they had to wait until... But then by that time, they couldn't integrate the Game Boy Color technology.
Right, it was just
so
like
they just had to release
it.
Now that I think about it, that's really weird. Like they had to release it on an already kind of out-of-date console, and it still absolutely took off, obviously. So that's kind of cool. I love the first generation of games. They're not my favorite, but I think they're really good.
They're simple.
Yeah.
Just go back and play them. You're like, this was easy.
Yeah. It's just
this is not as much stuff.
Meat and potatoes, Pokemon,
exactly.
Nothing, no gimmicks yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind a lot of Pokemon gimmicks. Also, we gotta start dividing up Pokemon eras, because my personal era is over.
Oh yeah, it's like it's gonna be. There's gonna be
BS,
BND
BN
before National Dex or
or DND during National Dex.
During National Dex
Or just
BND
BS.
No, just PND.
BSS.
PND.
Yeah, PND.
Post National.
But then
Dex.
that could also be pre-national. Or no, not pre, because it's
But
DND and PND. Okay.
But DND is already a thing.
Yeah, sure.
Can't take that acronym.
Okay.
PND.
Well, regardless, the games that had every Pokemon in them were awesome. It's fun while it lasted, I guess. And I know people say, like, that's my biggest issue with, for those that don't know, the newest Pokemon games that are coming out on Nintendo Switch, they don't have the option to bring every single Pokemon into the game, which kind of goes against everything Pokemon's known for. And I think that's dumb. And the developers are saying it had to happen eventually because there's so many Pokemon, and I get that. But why did they have to do it now? You're moving to a home console.
Yeah.
We were expecting such a huge jump in quality and like just gameplay. The graphics look like a 3DS game. That's kind of polished over a little bit.
Bit.
It was just, I think they went about it all wrong. If they were gonna do it, I mean, it would have sucked still. But take it out like either a generation before or a generation after. I feel like.
Yeah, the expectations were so high.
It's like that's such
they kind of like shot themselves in the foot.
It's a terrible thing. Like, yeah, and so I don't know if I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna kind of boycott the series from here on out. It's just because, and I know people say buy it used or whatever, but they can still see on my Nintendo Switch that collects data.
Off the grid.
You know what I mean?
You gotta be completely off the grid.
Yeah,
if you're gonna boycott.
Yeah, I gotta hack my Switch and take out some kind of tracking chip.
That's really funny.
So I can't play it at all. I guess,
offline.
right?
Go offline.
But they can see.
No, I
You just said something. What is that? Is that Thomas the Tank Engine? Am I looking at? Is that? Help me out here. I can't see that.
I can't see. I'm blind.
So am I.
But that's a wonky looking emote. Whatever it is. Explain yourself.
Well, thank you for the comment, Rico.
Too many goddamn. You know what? My opinion, sort of.
In the middle.
Yeah. At first, I was very much. I'm kind of becoming on his side a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, you know what, this is ridiculous. Like especially because they said that stuff where like, oh, we'll be able to transfer everything over like really easily after X and Y. I think they said that. But it's Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew, what's up?
How you doing?
But yeah, so I don't know. And then like, yeah, as I start to think about it more, I'm like, okay, there's actually a bunch. Like, it might be okay if they limit it to a degree, right? And be like, okay, these are the ones compete. But then it gets weird. I don't know. I think it could be an okay idea, actually.
I was thinking, like... So what do you think would have been... So...
What's a good number? How many should they have?
I think cap it off at 1,000.
Well, like, in one game.
Oh, in one game?
Yeah, like, if they're going to limit it, like, what should the cap be?
Okay, so, like, the Galar Dex. That's the region now, right?
Yeah.
So what would the Galar Dex be?
Yeah.
What's a usual one? Because I only have the numbers, like, vaguely memorized for, like, new Pokemon.
I think it's... Well, I mean, there's, like, what, 900? 7 trillion.
Okay, yeah.
A little high.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Okay, it's optimistic, so we'll keep that on the table. It's gonna put 7 trillion right here on the table, okay? We're just gonna put that right there. Just gonna set it. Okay, 7 trillion. It fell over because it's so large. And so...
But like, at least 300. Less than 7 trillion, more than 300.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Keep that nice, generous window.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like it's between like 300 and 400, right?
I think that's a good number. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like 350.
Yeah, but
350.
But on top of that, you were always able to transfer Pokemon in that weren't necessarily on the region decks.
Right.
They had the sprites in the game. That's what I'm upset about. Like, technically, they took out the national decks last generation because there was no Pokedex. Like, say you brought in, you brought in like Excelgor or something. Like just
choice.
or like Tranquil or some random shit that people don't even think is a Pokemon.
Oddish.
I think it was Oddish.
Yeah, I think it was in there, but it doesn't matter. Go on.
Yeah, but just some random obscure Pokemon. It wasn't. You couldn't register it in your Pokedex because it only did the regional decks. If you wanted to register it, I think that's what Pokemon Bank did, because your bank had a Pokedex in it.
I think that's what they're going with now, though. It's like the home will probably.
Yeah, but I still want to be. I don't want to just keep it in Pokemon freaking Bank.
Right.
You know?
What's the point then?
Yeah. So. You don't play Splinter Cell anymore. Curveball. But,
Splinter Cell. I played it like once at a sleepover at my friend's house in elementary school.
That's I like it a lot. It's a fun game.
Is it fun?
I beat the first one. You know what's weird?
Time Splitters. I'm not even thinking of the right game. I'm thinking of the right game.
Yeah, not a lot of people like mention it. It's kind of a like if I ask like I would go on Reddit and I'll ask people about it and I'll mention it and people will say they love it, but I don't hear anyone like outwardly talk about it.
I feel like I got a game a couple years ago. Maybe it didn't. Like, I know this is a while ago now. Now I'm like mixed. It was like Xbox 360 those years ago. It's like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was yesterday.
Crazy.
But yeah, I never played those. I mean, I imagine they're fun. They look cool. They look like you're like a sneaky guy.
Yeah, it's more like. Isn't there a lot of like
murder?
Because people compare it to Metal Gear Solid a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're both technically stealth games, I guess, right?
I'm about stealth games.
You know. But I think Metal Gear Solid has some more like supernatural elements or something.
I never played Metal Gear Solid either.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's just like, for lack of a better term, Yes, like
I know
psychic elements. And
there's
stuff.
one boss that everyone always talks about.
Psycho
and,
Mantis.
Psycho Mantis
Yeah.
in the second one, where you have to like take out a controller and put it in the second or a memory card.
First he reads
something?
your memory card, and then he talks about like the games you've been playing on that memory card, and then the only way you can move, like if you're playing in the first controller, you can't move. So what you have to, I don't know if this was explained or anything. I think he may give like a hint. Did you play it, Mark?
I did, but my friends had told me that was the
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how you're supposed to know either.
So, so what you have to do, I think you have to plug it, take your controller out and plug it into the second controller port, and that's how you can move, and which is really cool. I think that's an awesome idea. But apparently, on top of that, he's also like a really hard boss.
Yeah.
But that's like a staple boss in the series, I think.
Did Splinter Cell have multiplayer? Was it like a
No,
like
actually.
couch, play with your friends, or was it just like a single player deal?
Just single player. What I would do, I think I played through that with my friends. I think over a decade ago now.
It is multiplayer. Oh, it had. Ooh, that'd probably be pretty cool. I'm always a big fan of co-op.
Did it? Splinter Cell? Wait,
I could see that.
Sly.
Isn't there a game called like Double Agent?
Pandora Tomorrow, I think. Oh, okay, that's why. Because I did not play Pandora Tomorrow, which is thank you for bringing me back. It was really weird. The control scheme, I played both on GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
The controls from the first one to the second one, your actions really didn't change, but they totally changed up like the button mapping. And I thought that was really dumb. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just keep going. I'm going to play Pandora Tomorrow because it looks really cool. But I was so used to this control scheme, I was like, what the? Like,
Yeah.
it's terrible. But I should probably just go back and try Pandora Tomorrow again because from what I've played of it, it is cool. Controls were weird. Yeah, exactly. Like,
I feel like anytime you go back and play like a shooting game, though, the controls are weird because
Yeah.
like
anything
so good now.
before like 2009.
Yeah,
Even that, like anything before like Xbox 360. I feel like.
Yeah, because they got it down to like the dual stick thing now.
Yeah,
I play on like mouse and keyboard now too when I'm playing shooting games.
Yeah,
I think I can't play on a controller anymore.
I thought that
It
was
just doesn't work.
Yeah, that was that was like the Donkey video, right? Donkey mentioned that where like
Oh, really?
the controls for GoldenEye suck
Yeah, it's
on the
rough.
64, and I agree with that. I think they're really bad. But then it showed him playing a mod or like a version on mouse and keyboard, and he was just
yeah.
absolutely sniping.
Yeah, it's really cool. I saw someone do that too with like Metroid Prime.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I'm so like the best dual stick game for GameCube, weirdly, is Super Mario Sunshine because you can move. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool to play live. That's
Splinter Cell?
yeah, that's a good idea. Once we get yeah,
A good co-op game, yeah, that'd be neat.
yeah.
Something like 2-player, story type.